Most people are not choosing their life as much as they think. They are following a script. The script from their family, culture, school, job, and the people around them. And the strange thing is that the script rarely feels like a script. It feels like a normal life. Study this, work there, earn this, buy that, settle down by this age. Be respectable in this way. And if you follow the script well enough, you can tick all the boxes society gives you and still feel like something is missing. I only started to see that clearly after visiting 69 countries. Because when you move between enough cultures, you start to notice something uncomfortable. What we call normal life is often just local programming. In one place, successful life means a prestigious career. In another, it means being closer to your family. Somewhere else, it means having enough time sitting with your friends for hours without checking the clock. Somewhere else, community, faith, status, money, independence, or simply survival. And after seeing enough versions of normal, you start asking one question: which parts of my life did I actually choose? And which parts did I inherit? This is the question of this video. And by the end of this video, I'll give you a simple way to audit your life script without needing to travel the world. A life script is a default story that your environment gives you about how a good life should look like. When and what you should study, what job is respectable, how much money is enough, when you should settle down, what kind of person you are allowed to become. The script is not always wrong. It can contain wisdom, family, discipline, responsibility, stability, community, ambition can all be valuable. Some inherited beliefs can help us survive one stage of life. The problem is not having a script. The problem is following the script without noticing that it is a script. Because you never notice it, your environment can quietly write your life for you. Travel helped me notice it because it gave me the contrast. Travel was my university outside of university. Every country became a lesson, and every culture became a mirror. And that mirror showed, again and again, normal is not universal. Normal is local. If you see one way of living, it feels like reality. If you see many ways of living, it starts to feel like a menu. You begin to realize that the way people work is not fixed. The way people spend time is not fixed. The way people think about money is not fixed. The way people define success is not fixed. Even things that are deeply personal are often shaped by the world around us. And once life stops looking like a fixed path and starts looking like a menu, you can begin to choose more consciously. The second step is to question the script. Not to reject it automatically, question it. Because sometimes normal path is fine for you. Sometimes it fits, but it is much better to choose it consciously rather than following it automatically. So ask yourself, is this goal truly mine? Do I actually want this lifestyle? Do I want this career because it gives me energy or because it looks respectable? Do I want the status, the routine, the identity? Or did I absorb those desires from the people around me? This is where the freedom begins. This question matters, because a life script is not only written in big decisions. It is written in small repeated choices. The way you spend your morning, the way you eat, the way you use your phone, the way you work, the way you rest, the people you are spending your time with, the future you are building by default. Most of these choices do not feel dramatic. They feel normal. And that is why it matters. Because normal hides in plain sight. It doesn't need to force you. It just surrounds you. And after a while, you stop noticing that there were other options. You can spend years ticking the boxes and end up asking, why does it not feel like my life? And this is why it matters to question the script early. Because the longer you follow the path unconsciously, the more it can lock you in. More commitments, more lifestyle expectations, more financial obligations, more identity attached to a certain career, status, or routine. At some point, changing direction becomes much harder. Not because it's impossible, but because the cost of change becomes higher. So the question is not only, am I living the right life? It is also, am I waiting until I'm too locked in to ask the question? The third step is to rewrite the script. It does not mean designing some perfect fantasy life. It means asking the first principles question. If I were designing my life from zero, what would I actually include? For me, travel would still be part of that design. Life without travel feels incomplete. Not because every trip is perfect, not because it solves all the problems. Because travel gives life adventure, movement, uncertainty, and a sense of drive. Without adventure, life would feel like a movie without enough drama. Stable, maybe comfortable, but not fully alive. But this is my answer. The point is not to copy my answer. The point is to find yours. For someone else, the answer might be family, or meaningful work, or art, or spiritual life, or building a business, or raising children well, or having enough freedom to work part-time, or helping family much earlier when it actually matters, instead of leaving money much later, or simply having enough time and space to stop living on autopilot. The form does not matter as much as honesty. So here is a practical exercise. Write down 3 columns. Column number 1. What did I inherit? List the goals, beliefs, fears, habits, and ambitions that come from your family, culture, school, country, workplace, or social circle. What did I learn to admire? What did I learn to fear? What did I learn to consider respectable? What did I learn to consider embarrassing? What kind of life did people around me praise? And what kind of life did they quietly judge? 2. What gives me energy? Not what looks impressive, not what sounds respectable, not what makes sense to everyone else. What actually makes you feel more alive, more curious, more courageous, more awake? What feels like a compass pointing toward your own life? Column 3. What would you choose? If you did not have to impress anyone, justify yourself to anyone, or copy the people around you, what would you actually build? What kind of work would feel worth doing? What kind of health would I protect? What kind of people would I want around me? What kind of relationship with money would give me freedom? What kind of adventure would make life feel alive? This is a life script audit. Question the script. Notice the script. Rewrite the script. And to be clear, this is not a one-time exercise. Seeing the script intellectually is only the first step. Sometimes the old belief still can trigger you, even after you know that it is not fully true. This is normal. The deeper work is noticing the script again and again, questioning it again and again, and slowly teaching yourself a different response. You may discover that you want to keep many parts of your current life. This is fine. The goal is not being different for the sake of being different. The goal is to become conscious, because the conventional life chosen consciously can be freedom, and an unconventional life chosen unconsciously can still be a script. This is why I try also to be careful with this idea. Not everyone has the same constraints. Financial pressure is real, family obligations are real, geography, health, life circumstances are real. Not everyone can simply redesign everything overnight. But whenever we do have some agency, the question is, am I using it consciously? Or am I letting the default script to decide for me? So yes, 69 countries taught me that the normal life is often a script. But the real lesson is not that you need to travel the world. The real lesson is that you can question the version of normal you inherited. You can ask, what did I choose? What did I observe? What still serves me? And what would I build if I looked at my life from the first principles? Because freedom does not begin when you copy someone else's unusual life. Freedom begins when you stop living automatically and start choosing consciously. This is the idea behind the freedom by design. If this question resonates with you, subscribe and follow the journey.